Guys, this is a system, this is a tool, so where we'll be going to use for different kind of services to provide it for different kinds of industry. So when we say industry, there might be different types. Like when they say again types, they come from different technology or products or the services they do provided to the consumers. But however, like before starting for Workday, we need to understand the basic from the very scratch. We need to understand so how the market is leveraging, so the what is the idea of Workday concept and everything. We need to understand the basic functionality of ERP. So where this ERP stands for enterprise resource planning software. So it is a software used by organizations. When I say organizations, different types of industry, they manage and they to integrate their core business processes. So the day-to-day business activities. Let's say if they have the different departments and the different functions across that industry. So instead of having different systems, that means different usages. So within the system, like finance, HR, supply chain, sales, inventory. So all these areas, so ERP brings everything into a single unified system, single portal. So that means in this unified system, so we'll be going to integrate, we'll be going to maintain the real time data, so we can have the efficiency. And moreover, any particular levels above level, like level 5, like managers and their above level, they can have dashboards and they can do analytical actions. Okay, so this ERP is something like one system to run the company's important processes very efficiently. Okay, so when I say this ERP, again in the market, there are different types again, like not restricted to only certain system. So when we say other ERP tools in the system, you may all know about SAP, you may all know about Oracle NetSuite. There is MS Dynamics, you know about PeopleSoft, Success Factors. These are all incorporated companies, so where they have their own proprietary tool created, and the tool they will be going to use to deliver the ERP services. When they say ERP services, so there is a human capital management, SAP HCM, SAP Finance, SAP Procurement, or project management or material management. So based on the needful, based on the action, so we will be going to have this tools created. So PeopleSoft do have also HCM, so human capital management. So there will be different kinds of HR services, different kinds of report analytics, and they will be going to do certain integrations as well. So through this their systems. Okay, and here among all this, so we have Workday is also uh, a ERP system. Okay, so when we say Workday, so these will be going to have two products. So Workday is also an incorporated company. So usually, so unless a traditional ERP, that means it will be not having any particular instances. I'll come to that point. So Workday, how it got formed. So this Workday has started by the guys who left the PeopleSoft. They came out and they thought they would like to have the better solution or flexible services other than like PeopleSoft do have some intricate objects. So other than that, they thought they would like to create a new flexible system that would help the consumers or the users, or let's say the clients, everyone should feel flexible while understanding the system. So they made this easy tool, so easy for navigation. They came out and they created Workday, and they have the two products. So with their tool Workday, they have, they are calling as either Workday HCM and Workday Finance. So very earlier they have started these products as a services, and basically these are service based tools. That means these are basically software as a service tools. Okay, so they are very strong in supply chain manufacturing and the HCM. So with some uh, when we say HCM, again there will be recruiting, payroll, performance, learning, and such services we will be going to provide. Okay, so these kind of services we will be going to have. But why Workday and why not other tools that we have in the market? So we need to understand. So the basic architecture. So Workday is completely a cloud management system. So team, are you able to follow? Everyone? Yes,
Yes,
no.
yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. So Workday is completely a cloud management system. So a cloud technology, or let's say this is called uh, cloud-based tool. So basically everything the data will be going to have in the servers. So to have Workday in your system, so not required to have any local software or any extension to be downloaded prior having this tool. Simply you can go to any browser and you can enable Workday. So you go to either Chrome, Mozilla, Firefox, and you will be going to enter the URL, and that's it. So within certain authentication, or let's say like either OAuth or Auth, like you will be going to enter into the system. It doesn't have any relational databases. It is connected around the globe. So within the data center, different data centers. Okay, so the terminology tenant, so we refer to the user interface where we will be going to achieve our task and configurations. So when we say tenant, so here it refers to the area where we will be going to work upon. Okay, so tenant is having different perspective for the different users. Let's say we are the developers, so we will be going to have the certain permissions, certain access that we need to create for certain contents that require for the clients. So tenant will be there for the clients as well. Okay, client interface, client user interface. So when they log into their system, they will be going to have the services they require to have, like whatever the developers will be going to create, so they will be going to have. And let's say for testing, so testing, they have the tenant, so which user to play around with the prototypes that we have created. Okay, so everyone will be going to have so different tenants based on the versions we'll be going to have. You all know about product development life cycle, right? So in the life cycle, usually, so when we start everything, so with the requirement gatherings, right? So the client will be there. So let's say there is an ABC client who comes around and asks us to create, so create a recruitment dashboard. Okay, so they would like to have everything in one place, like different activities that going within the recruitment, like so a job requisition and a business processes, and they would like to know so how many candidates are driving through the different stages of recruitment. Okay, or let's say they would like to have a payroll dashboard and a reporting dashboard for all the managers. They would like to see what is a headcount and what is the basic audits they would like to maintain. So they would like to create some a demographic data so to be in one place so that they can maintain and analyze. So the client came upon to us and asking us to create this within the HCM. So how do you use Workday? So first you gather the requirements, you work within the lower environments. So let's say everything that will be going to start within the implementation preview. Okay, so whatever you start develop, so first you need to maintain with some analysis. You need to gather the requirement and you have to see, and first you have to create a backup for what you have been creating. Okay, first you create everything in the implementation preview, and then moving ahead you will be going to work in implementation actual. So that means this is a development tenant, so development area. So when you achieve everything in the implementation, so that will be going to be shown as a prototype. So you create a prototype, and further you need to present it to the client. But guys, before creating or before presenting into direct, so what you will be going to do, you need to do testing here. Okay, so for testing we have a different version on a sandbox. So whatever the activities that you do in the implementation, you will be replicating them to the sandbox and you do multiple testings. Okay, so different outcomes you will be going to see, and then you will be going to give it to your client, and they will be going to have their peer approvals, their upon the approvals. So then everything will be placed in the final area prod
Raja,
production.
this is Apsa. Just a simple question. We will be in training where we will be given the terminal also for practice.
Ah, definitely. So you will be going to given a, demonstration tenant. So it is basically an implementation preview. So where we will be going to achieve our task and everything. Okay. So coming to that point, I'll be going to tell you so how it look like. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So this we will be going to have different versions of the user interface, or we say different versions of tenant each area. So when you are working on the real time, so let's say you will be going to have these types of tenant. So we say as a preview tenant once, and you will say IMPL tenant or implementation tenant, sandbox tenant, and for everyone there will be a production. So not everything directly you will be going to do or make changes within the production. Guys, every step you need to follow. So making sure with approvals. So you will be moving the data to the production. So as per the uh, upon based upon the approval itself. Okay, so everything whatever we'll be going to do, so in the area of HCM or in the area of any particular actions that we will be going to do, so this is what the tenancy is all about. So tenant in the Workday architecture, so basically you it is a platform where we'll be going to do our everything as a task. Okay, so what exactly you will be going to do in the HCM? So when we say HCM here, there are multiple activities, multiple areas that we'll be going to have as a consultant. So you will be going to do many activities. So usually in Workday, so everything is derived as like a modules. So like SAP, Oracle, PeopleSoft, so they have restricted to their own particular areas. So when we say SAP, uh, so they have their own traditional particular ERP on premise plus something like cloud options. They are very strong in supply chain, manufacturing, logistics. They are particularly maintaining their modules to provide the services. Uh, like they are best for certain companies, so who need end-to-end ERPs. But when we say Workday, these are strong in recruiting, payroll, performance, learning, workforce planning, and also growing in finance as well. More. So when I say modules, so here, what kind of activities you will be going to do? So let's say there is a client, ABC client. So this client needs certain services. They have the headcount. So the total headcount of this company, so across the globe, so let's say they have 40,000 employees. So for the 40,000 employees, they would like to maintain the system like what? So they would like to have a recruiting system. So there will be a recruiting module. So the there should be a team who maintains all the recruiting activities. Okay, so mid to large enterprises, they would like to have the complete recruiting actions. Okay, they would like to maintain their workforce payroll or workforce analytics, their talent performances, and there should be a certain plans to maintain their absences and yeah, time tracking as well. So either time off or long leaves or absence, they should be having some plans to be created for them. So within the system. So likewise, each we will be going to go with different services with the different modules. So ultimately, everything that we will be going to start with HCM itself. So HCM is a key core level. So where we will be going to say as a core HCM in the system. So we will be going to understand everything as a touch base, and you will be going to move to the advanced level. Okay. So when we say an advanced level, so you will be going to do everything on the basis of HCM itself. So we will be starting everything from the scratch level, guys. Like to understand Workday HCM, uh, so everything that you need to know as a fundamental in Workday will be going to called as core concepts. Okay, these core concepts will be going to leverage us to get into any level within the Workday. Okay, whoever like might be having some certain domain experience within the a different level, or you may be from SAP, you may be from PeopleSoft, or you may be other development or non-technical or operations or HR background, anything you might be. So guys, you need to understand what are the core concepts. You may relate or you may not relate. And to get into this particular workday, guys, you may not require to have any prerequisites or any particular requirements you need to go ahead. You can start everything from the scratch. So let's say you have graduated just now and you need to get into some technology. So or let's say consulting uh, side you would like to come ahead. And when I say consulting, so we will be going to provide certain configuration on the enterprise levels. Okay, so you will be going to provide solutions, so by having a certain activities that you will be going to have, so you would like to get into that. And however, at any phase you are, at any experience level you are, so guys, to get into the workday, so starting with core concepts. So these core concepts will leverage us understanding like what navigation they will be going to have, and let's say what exactly a certain structures we will be going to have, and what are the components, and what are the templates that we need to have, and how the navigation will be going to take through different services, and then you move to the advanced services. So here the idea is like for the course, so among all the modules, so let's say I'll be going to start everything with the core concepts. Okay, and then we'll be going to move, like I have stated some of the essential components required in the recruitment module, not everything in one place, but just within some important concepts that will leverage you. Okay, so some basic structures of payroll, time tracking, compensation, and then we will be going to move to security, and then for the second phase, so we will be going to have integrations. Okay, so guys, let's say the advanced recruitment, it takes to cover uh, 6 to 8 hours to complete. So I have included, I have summarized those important essential components that we'll be going to have, let's say for 2 hours. So likewise, every area, so I'll be going to touch base. So as a summarization, where once you get placed into the workday system, so you will be going to move to that advanced level. So this course is completely called as a techno-functional course, where you will be going to have everything as a in one place. So this course particularly should be equivalent to 5 years of workday experience. So what kind of areas they will be going to do, and they will be going to manage, and equivalent to 5 years means all the real time scenarios with particularly the challenges they will be going to like have, and the solutions they will be going to drive, and everything they will be going to maintain so within this structure. Okay, so likewise we will be going to see everything in one place. So core concepts, usually I'll be going to take it for the maximum of 10 to 12 hours. We'll be going to understand so what is the actual agenda, so and all everything, and then so we'll be going to move to the second phase, integrations, starting with reporting, and then we'll be going to do simple integrations, and then there are certain integrations called as connectors, and the basics of the very basics of Workday Studio, not to the advanced level again, to the basics of Studio. So what is a Studio, and what is the idea of, like, it is a different IDE, so we'll be going to have, so to achieve the Workday integrations. Okay, this will be going to take around 6 to 8 hours. Okay, so total overall, so we'll be going to achieve around 30 hours of real time sessions, so we'll be going to maintain. Okay, so coming to here, so starting with organizations or simply supervisory organizations. So this is a hierarchy model, so where a reporting structure will be going to start from an individual contributor to until to the exception of CEO. Okay, likewise we will be going to do everything as an around, so we'll be going to create, and some activities will be going to provide for you. So for every recurring sessions we will be going to giving you an assignments, so where you will be going to understand and everything. I would like to show you a tenant. So guys, what you need to do is just say you need to get into the browser. So once the browser is enabled, so you once the user ID and the password is kept, they will be going to get into the system. This is for everyone, either a production tenant, a sandbox, an implementation preview, or a client interface, anything. So you will be going to have the same perspective. Okay, so guys, so this is how the Workday tool looks like. So what exactly you will be going to do here? So let us understand the main components on the system. So on the home page, so when you log in, you will be going to directed onto the home page. So here, this is Workday icon, or basically a home. Uh, when you play around within your client, so here you will be going to have your client logo. This can be configured. So let's say you are working for Walmart, so you'll be going to have the icon of Walmart. So likewise, and this is a menu. So basically, the menu is a place where you can go for a certain jump in actions. Like you would like to do certain HR operations, you would like to jump through organizations. So you can uh, like manage according to you. So like you can maintain the shortcuts, you can add, you can edit, you can maintain everything in one place. So this is a dashboard again, so recruiting dashboard, so where someone who would like to play around in the recruitment, or like they are expertise in recruitment, they would like to provide these services, they will be going to have. Okay, uh, the bell icon is basically for notifications, so everything that triggered on exit, during the progress, or let's say someone has shared you some certain document or a report or something you needs to achieve, you need to complete, so anything has a notification, entry level or exit or in progress, so you will be going to have a notification, so over here, so once you click on, and the mailbox here referring to is my task. So what is my task? All the awaiting actions, or let's say to do task, or if you would like to delegate something, or if you would like to approve something, so which is for pending approval, so you will be going to have in this mailbox, which you can say is that as my task. You can save something, you can filter out, you can archive, and if there are many approvals which are alike, so you would like to do a bulk approve, so you can do multiple items in one place. Okay, so let's say here someone is creating a role assignment for some employee. Okay, so but however it needs to be assigned for you. Like let's say you need to move a particular action. Okay, so a assignment which is not unassigned, which is not assigned yet, so you can unassign to someone else and you can reassign it to anyone within the system. Okay, so and this is your profile. So let's say you get into your worker profile, and guys, now this is a demonstration area, so where you will be going to have a fictitious users. We will be going to get behalf of anyone and you will be going to achieve something. Okay, so the main action that you will be going to perform everything in one place is search. Okay, so what is this search is for? So are we working in any browser environment? Something like that. So this is a tool where you will be going to find out everything in one place. And guys, this is a unified portal, unified system. Either you are working on the recruitment, either you are working on the payroll, time and absence, performance, anything that you are going to maintain. So but you will be going to have, so within the same unified tool called Workday tool. Okay, so here let's say what this search is for. So just say we have discussed on organizations, supervisory organizations. A supervisory organization simply is like it contains the members who are working for that particular organizations. It maybe go as a definition of a department, or it goes for a definition of a hierarchy, a reporting structure under a manager. So let's say there is a John who is a manager of operations, field operations. John is a manager of field operations, located in San Francisco, let's say, and John do have under him there are 5 members. So how they will be going to be represented in the system? So how they will be going to say? So when they say field operations, so the system should return the manager name and the 5 members list. So staffing like and what roles they will be going to have. So you need to create this supervisory organizations, or let's say John is a new hire, so and with the new team members, and they say the field operations is something like a department, so where they will be going to be shown in the system. So how do you create them? Or let's say how do you create a location for them? So in the system you need to show a physical component. You should show as a system for a certain transactions. So what I will be doing is I'll just say create location. So the moment I do, I'll be going to get some suggestions as a result. So if not, I'll just enter. I'm not writing everything completely, but however, I got some search results. Okay, so this is how you do. And guys, no need to write anything completely. Just keep 3 characters as a prefix and you do, so you will get the task. Okay, so either it might be a location or either it might be a supervisory organization. Okay, you will be going to get some particular actions. Or let's say you would like to create a custom report. Okay, so you will be going to get a report with the name. And just say you would like to view the report that you have been creating. So just say you need to keep the prefix view and you say what exactly the object you are looking for. Or you would like to edit something, so just keep, you write edit as a prefix and you keep the object that you would like to have. Okay, so Workday is a very simple and yet you will be going to have these kind of tasks. So let's say location. So I would like to create everything and start everything from location point of view. So once the moment I click the task, a prompt window will be going to come ahead and they will be going to have some entry values. So this they would like to say a name to be given, and this is an asterisk field which is mandatory, we should not be skipping. So if you skip and if you like try to move ahead, so let's say I would like to create a location, uh, base location. So or let's say you simply say it as headquarters, or you can be giving a city name, or let's say you can give operation site, or any name particular you can give. So I can say it has something as San Francisco itself. But I have just given a name, but not the usages over here. I just try to click OK. So what happens? Immediately Workday will be throwing an error. This is something a required value to proceed. So here, and not only the entry values, guys, you will be going to have a drop downs as well. So my location might be a business site. My location might be a job posting. It might be used for a training room. It might be used for a workspace. So something like that, you can select the value. Okay. The moment you click OK, it will move to the other window, asking us to give the some other details. And guys, there is no asterisk over here. That means you can skip the values. Okay. So whatever the mandatory actions, like location type, so my location, so particularly it might be a cubicle, it might be a headquarters, it might be used for an office, something like that. Whatever it is, you will be going to give the particular values. You will be going to mention any contact information like phone, address, email, website, any details that you will be going to give, and a time profile for a location. So for every industry, or let's say in any country, there will be a time profile for a particular company or an industry organization. So anything you may refer, right? So basically, the standard hours that a worker will be going to associate. So usually in Australia, the particular standard hours is 35. In India, we have 40 standard hours. 8 working days into 5 days. 8 working hours into 5 days. 40 standard hours. Sometimes for some cases it go 45, right? Or 48, something like that. You take anything particularly, and let's say you need to give the values. Okay. When they say address, so by default it is USA. You can give anything particularly. So once you give the country, the format will be going to get updated. Okay. So give any ABC, guys. Even on the real time, or let's say in going further practices, don't give your personal information. Okay. So keep adhere, like you should not give or disclose any one of your contact informations, or let's say your name, your ID, your identity, anything that is not required. Just give anything, the dummy, or something you would like to play around to understand the system, but don't creating anything such like that. Okay. So I write something from the drop down, something will be going to select, or let's say you can go ahead and take from the drop downs itself. So type of fields in Workday that you will be going to have when you are working on. So guys, it might be any task, any particular template, or anything that you are creating or configuring. So you will be going to have entry values likewise. So these entry values, like it may be a single entry value, it may be a drop down, it may be a checkboxes sometime. So what is a checkbox? So let's say the visibility, it should go for public. If not, you will be going to uncheck this. And there will be a descriptive box where you can write the comments, description, anything like something like a help text. You can mark one address to be as a primary, and there will be one to many additional addresses as well you can provide, something like that. Okay. If you skip anything, Workday will throw error. So what is that error? The postal code is required. And also, not only the null values, not only the empty values, it will be going to throw an error. So let's say, usually for California, there will be a 5-digit postal code. But here, I try to give something like a 6-digit postal code. So what happens the moment I click OK? So Workday will throw error. So it will be going to have on the background, on the background processes, Workday is created in such a way, something like it will be going to drive the system with the definite values. So it will be going to take only the particular valid information that will be going to give. So if you try to give any incorrect data, so it will be going to throw an error. It won't go proceed to create that component. Okay. So let's say something random postal code I have given. I'm not sure, but let's see. So it says 56790 is not a valid postal code for California. So 94102. Just I'm taking a random postal code. Yeah. So my location is created. So like how you will be going to create, play around a certain configurations that are required. Now let's say, so on the advanced level, what you will be going to learn over here. So team, uh, there is a Walmart. So usually we refer it as a retailing organization. Okay, it is an American retail company. So with a huge headcount. So they have the most of the headcount. So like across America. So wherever the retail actions they will be going to have. Now let's say someone would like to get into the Walmart. So what they will be going to do as a candidate, as an applicant, they will be going for the Walmart careers. They find a different sectors. Okay, they have stores, they have corporate, they have healthcare, technology, and everything. So I'm something particularly interested into the technology wise. I would like to get into something known as IT, information technology. Okay, I would like to see some of the openings that are available. So how the Walmart is going to do? So they will be going to provide some open requisitions that are available to fill in. Okay. So in the particular location, in the particular uh, profiles. So I will be going to look for these profiles, and there is a requisition, the salary type, the employment type, and everything they will would like to refer. I just click apply. So the moment I click apply, so it will be going to the page. You can see myworkdayjobs.com. So that means, guys, here we will be going to have everything that configured in Workday. So Walmart is using Workday to maintain their recruitment actions. So their job requisitions will be going to maintain something like here. So a job requisition. So when we say a job requisition, so here you will be going to see some of the reports, some of the tasks that you will be going to have. Or let's say I would like to say maintain job requisition, or not maintain. It's better to have manage job requisition, which is relevant to here. So if I go to manage job requisitions in the system, whatever the job requisitions that are being created. So consider now you are working for Walmart, your client is Walmart, and you have created these profiles, and you have created in a unfilled positions, and for that unfilled positions, you have posted this particular requisition to external career site. Okay, so now, so you would like to see all the requisitions which are available here. So this is a particular requisition you have created something similar. And what you will do, so after creating this, so there is a one candidate in interview stage. Okay, so now what you will be going to do, so here you can see at every stage every worker, every applicant, so at which level they are. And you come to here job posting. So let's say there are open positions. You will be going to create, and you will be going to post it to any external career site. So you can do that one. You can see the historical data as well. Okay, so where this will be going to available something like that. So we will be going to create these kind of actions in Workday. Okay, so guys, are you able to follow everyone?
Yeah, yeah, it's good.
So not only a recruitment. So let's say you would like to create some absence plans, time off plans. So everything that you will be going to do. So what you need to have is go for the task. Create time of type. It might be time of plan or any case that you would like to do. So you will be going to get. Even you are close to the task. You don't remember the particular task name. Workday will be going to give you the relevant one. Okay, anything that particular you would like to have. So let's say on the finance side you would like to create some invoices, it will be going to have it. So anything that is used, and particularly to talk about this tenant that we are referring to, this tenant that we will be going to have for your practice is a demonstration tenant. So guys, Workday has given this demonstration tenant. They say for all the entry levels, or even for us, so within this experience level as well. So if we have some updates coming upon, so in any technology, so usually we will be going to have software updates, regular updates that we will be going to have, right? So when we say regular updates, they will be going to change in perspective, change in view, or change in different navigation. So anything they might update it, so usually they give it to preview tenant. Okay, so here we will be going to understand and we'll be going to play around in this tenant. Particularly for the client, there won't be any real time data, not to disrupt any real-time data. So what we will be going to do, so let's say there is a feature to be added into the system, into the real time. So before going for the actual actions, either in the sandbox or into the development, we come to this tenant and we will be going to create a component here and we'll check the result, and then we'll see if it is okay, then we move forward. So this is how we'll be going to have it. And for all the entry levels, when I say, so who are new to the Workday system, they will be given this tenant first. They will be going to get trained here, and then they will be going to move to the further actions. Okay, so this is a demonstration tenant with all the fixtures area. So when I say fixtures, a dummy data, so guys, what Workday has done is they came up with an idea. So they have created a dummy organizations, a fictitious organizations. They call it as global modern services. That means from now your client will be the global modern services. They refer it as GMS. Okay, your client is GMS, and you will be going to work, deliver any configurations, any enhancements, or anything that you will be going to have, you will be going to work for GMS. Okay, this is how you will be going to replicate your learnings, your findings, everything into real time data. And every tenant look like same. I'll be going to show you. So in the further sessions going ahead, we'll be going to come up with some real time scenarios and everything, something like that, right? I'll be going to show you some snapshots of how the actual cases we'll be going to work upon as well. We'll be also providing you some documented resources. Just a moment before I share the screen, I'll be going to show you uh, what we'll be going to have for you guys. Mm, we have some activity guides, and also we also do have some documents where it will be going to useful for you, starting with the fundamentals, right? So we'll be going to provide you a fundamental training guide, so where you can walk through some of the actions. For an example, I will be going to show you so what kind of resources we'll be going to provide for you along with the tenant access. So you will be going to have an access to these documents. So let's say fundamental training guide this year. So all the actions that we'll be going to see within our course, and these are Workday delivered documents. Okay, directly from Workday, not created or something, not customized. Okay, so anything that you are going ahead, these documents usually helpful to go and approach with the theory. And so you can see some definitions for any technical discussions you will be going to have in future. You will be going to have this for every topic. So let's say if you are doing business process, I'll be going to give a document on business process. If that is from integration, simple integrations, I'll be going to give you a document on integrations. If it is on reporting, we have for reporting likewise. Okay, And the more important, I will be also giving you some transitions on Workday community. Okay, so when we say Workday community, so it is a resource center for us. Okay, so something, let's say there are multiple technologies, right? Microsoft, Adobe, Amazon, and any particular technology wise, they these incorporated industry, what they have done is they have created a resource center, a learning platform. So basically, a learning platform for someone usually to understand what is the real cases and what are the updates to have ahead. I'll be going to show you guys about all about community, Workday community. So here as well, you will be going to see what are the resources, what is the training components, what are the updates, everything that you will be going to have. So within community, okay. So this is a particularly demo session, but when we drive through the real time sessions, when we start everything from the scratch again, I will be going to discuss with you, and everything we'll be going to do from the beginning itself again. Okay. So team, yeah, I stopped share screen,
Oh.
Kavita. So just now completed. I'm open to the questions now. So quick around. Okay.
What's the scope here, Raja, for Workday as a consultant? If you are looking as a career in Workday, what scope we have? A
Scope,
comparative to
when we say,
comparing with Oracle, SAP, or the big giants. If you are taking comparing this to the Workday, what do you see?
so here is the basic answer. When we went through different concepts here. So when you say scope for Workday, so guys, this is a something leveraging into the business and most of the industries. So most of the any type of industry, the solution they are coming to us is a cloud first approach. Workday is 100% cloud native, unlike other old ERP systems like PeopleSoft, SAP. Company moving from their legacy systems prefer Workday for HR and finance transformations. They do have the data in SAP. Walmart is one of the retail industry and very old. Usually have SAP as a system. They completely move. They have transformed to Workday because it is very flexible to understand and it has many leveraging systems. Okay, so high adoption globally, the rate of adopting Workday system is very high. So this has been used by all the Fortune 500 companies, even universities, healthcare, tech firms. Now they are coming to Workday side. So especially the most usage we'll be going to have in the Americas, EMEA, and now in India and APAC countries as well, other Asia Pacific. So there is a continuous growth, and when we say growth, there are the roles in demand as well. The job roles also we have more in demand. So you may go as a Workday HCM consultant, Workday finance consultant. Like again, you can be specialized into core HR or let's say talent, payroll, benefits. So you have many more. So I'll be going to show you something. Who will be the customers of Workday? So we have an open data. So if you go to the Workday, basically they have customer list. So around the global, so let's say by categorizing into the types of industry, either communications, education, university. If I click see more, so there will be many universities coming around who have been using Workday. Okay, so we have a student structure, administration structure as well, and into the corporate industry, either finance, healthcare, hospitality, media, retail industry, other industries, and operational industries, and all the big four firms, consulting firms as well, using Workday. So to manage their employee data. So these are the types of industries with a huge headcount, like more than a lakh employees. Okay, so in between, so they will be going to have this. These are all like either service partners or partners, implementation partners to Workday. They'll be going to use services, even technology wise and retail wise and public sectors as well. Government industries also used Workday. Okay, I hope this answers. So there is a more scope. And going ahead, guys, there are other tools delivering from Workday. So you may know about Workday Extend, Workday Financials, and Workday Studio. So advanced levels as well. We can go to the higher end if you know from this area. Hmm? And Workday is also releasing its own features on AI and machine learning as well. Demand for certain consultants who can use AI in HR and finance processes. Okay, I'm stopping sharing my screen. So, guys, I know like all about and all in ones having in one demo session, you may not be clear. Let's start our real time sessions. So, you can join one or two. Okay, so you see, and so you can get started into the system. Okay, so you can ask questions, challenges at any point of time. So we'll start the sessions. So idea is from
Raja, can you give me a brief about yourself? Means what exactly you are into Workday?
Sure,
Uh,
definitely. Sir, so I have started everything from PeopleSoft. I'm a PeopleSoft consultant. So I have started from Deloitte. And then I got into a project. So where they are starting, they are like they have their all the legacy systems into SAP. They would like to migrate it to Workday. So there is a project, there is a client. So at that point, I started my Workday journey. So completely 8 years of experience here. So I have seen multiple cross-functional modules. I'm a techno-functional guy, and also I led multiple projects. So I'm a team lead, and now I'm into a certain industry, not into Deloitte. Now here, so from past 4 years, I'm been instructing Workday courses, uh, corporate trainings as well as individual batch trainings. Now also, like internally in our company, so I'm going to give some trainings to the entry levels, and we have the concept of like whenever we need to have the KTs, I will be going to present KTs. So this is a small overview. Okay.
okay.
So when I say consultant, not particularly, it should be from starting from Workday itself. We may be from different domains. Guys, this is flexible to understand. And why it got more into the market is it is a client friendly as well. Everyone can understand the system very well. Okay. So we'll be going to start real time session. So organizer here will get back to you. And guys, you can join all the sessions and you can get your doubts clarified if it is not clear over here.
Thanks,
Okay.
Raja.
All right. Anything that you would like to go before I jump to the other call? Anything you would like to ask very
Raj,
quick?
if
Yeah,
we are not from the technical background, then also is it to want to set a career in Workday? Is it possible?
completely. So, meanwhile, the demo discussion as well, I have stated, even if you are from the operations or any non-technical background you are from. So here, guys, the idea is not only understanding Workday here. We are trying to understand the concept of HCM and the other concepts that we'll be going to have. Earlier, it we have SAP, we have PeopleSoft, and other ERP tools. Today we have Workday. So what about in let's say some other update came upon other better than Workday, but I'm sticking to the concept. So where it will be going to drive me through multiple technologies we'll be going to have. So guys, here you need to understand in the view of Workday, you are learning the concept of HCM. Okay, the complete end-to-end HCM, and I'm using this tool to get you guys into the job market. So that's what we are doing over here. Okay, Shruti, so you may be from the non-technical background, or you may be from the different domains, but here everything that we'll be going to see as a concept. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.